You got desires. I know. You got desires. I know. You got desires.
So just wanted to do a little car chat. I guess this is what we're going to call it today. Just about the importance of finding the right care provider, making sure that you're heard. I know that I post a lot of videos about me working out. People that wouldn't know me would probably think this is a new thing to me, but it's not. I have PCOS, endometriosis, and this has been something that has been going on in my life for a while, and I wanted to kind of tell my story on how we got here. Have always had painful periods ever since I started having them. First line of defense is let's go on birth control pills. So I went on birth control pills early on. Through college, they seemed to progressively get worse. My cycles did. I kind of relied on 800 milligram of ibuprofen to get me through during that time of the month. That's fine. Made it through, coasted through college, grad school, all of the good things. I noticed like in 2012, I was consulting and started having more and more pain, was talking to my OBGYN regularly. I did have a regular OBGYN that I saw, kept him informed of what was going on with me. And we kind of just did a couple of tests. He identified that I had some cysts, nothing to worry about. He said they would resolve on their own. Pain became more and more intense. I will never forget, I was on site with a client in Portland, and just the cyst ruptured. You can imagine what happened. I remember calling my doctor's office and him saying, hey, you've got to get back home because we need to do surgery on Friday morning. So this was Wednesday. I had to change my flight, got home Thursday, traveling in horrendous amounts of pain. Friday morning, had surgery, hysteroscopy. And during that procedure, he said there was nothing abnormal. It had just ruptured and we would go on about our daily way. I thought that this would kind of relieve some of the things that I had. It didn't. Progressively started coming back again. He never diagnosed anything during my yearly visits. When I got to see my family practitioner, I was telling her what was going on. We did my blood work. Blood work came back where my A1C levels were a little bit raised, nothing crazy. I wasn't in pre-diabetic range then. But she said, let's run a full panel of tests to see what was going on. Come back, my family practitioner was the one that diagnosed me with PCOS. Now, my OBGYN that I have been seeing for years, I feel like I was dismissed when I was told, like I was telling him what was going on, and it was just like, oh, this is normal. Well, it wasn't normal. So fast forward a little bit. After getting that diagnosis, I found a new OBGYN, and actually at a specialty center, went to this specialist. First visit, she was like, nope, PCOS. And she said, I'm pretty sure that you have endometriosis. So I found a new OBGYN. She was a specialist that kind of specialized in women's health and fertility, all of those fun things. I have been completely impressed with her. So since my initial visit, she kind of went through all of the things that my other doctor did not do. Mind you, the files that he sent over were so limited that we kind of had to start all over. Thank God I had an amazing family practitioner. So we moved forward with PCOS, and it was suspected endometriosis. She recommended some therapies that I went through just to minimize the pain that I was having for the endometriosis, the suspected endometriosis. And we kind of got some dates on the book for an ablation. So we could kind of go through that. I opted not to do the ablation, but based on the ultrasounds that she saw, she was 99.9% sure that there was some tissue there. I'm saying all this to say your care team matters. Sometimes, especially as a Black woman, we're not heard. So when you go to a provider and you are telling them what is going on, what you're experiencing day in, day out, and they are shoveling other alternatives down your throat, like, oh, just take birth control pills. Well, if we would have looked at this holistically a long time ago, we would have realized that there was something going on and we could have treated it. But I think just having a doctor that was a male, and he was a white male, just he kind of pushed me off. My family practitioner, I had been with her for years, and she is a Black woman. And so speaking to her about what was going on, I feel like she heard me and she wanted to see what she could do to help me. I will also say that my new OBGYN, she is not a Black woman, but she is a woman, and she's very compassionate about women's health. She's a specialist. So when things started progressing, I do want to just say too that one of my initial things, I wanted to get off the birth control. The hormones, all of those things were driving me crazy. So initially that was something that I wanted to do. And we talked about this with my new OBGYN. So we got a plan together. Soon as I came off of them, everything went crazy. Then we go into a pandemic and you can tell things are going on. Like, she recommended metformin, her and my family practitioner. So I tried metformin for just a small amount of time to ease with those side effects, especially from the PCOS perspective. Not a great thing for me. I couldn't tolerate metformin and it was hard for me. So I said, okay, at that time, there was nothing else on the market that they would really recommend. I did do berberine, excuse me. I want to say there were some other over-the-counter supplements that we took for the PCOS. Regardless of what I was doing, you could tell that the PCOS was taking over my body. So I would notice, like, I remember gaining maybe 15 pounds in a year, and it was like, what is going on? Because I am working out. If you know anything about me, I have a trainer that I have been working out with since 2020. He's amazing. So just working with him and sharing with him what was going on with my body. We went through so many iterations of diets for me, like meal plans. I was doing cardio maybe, oh my gosh, I would say at least 4 times a week, cardio classes, full cardio, then working out with him doing strength training. I bought a Peloton in 2020. The bike, and then I want to say I don't know if it was a year or two later, I ended up buying a treadmill. But all of the things, doing the things right, not eating a lot of snacks, like the things that you would expect that people do when they gain this kind of weight. So it was just like constant, regardless of what I was doing, my body was fighting against me. So fast forward to 2023, I went in for my physical and did my blood work, and my A1C levels were completely pre-diabetic at that point. And my doctor had a heart-to-heart talk with me about my numbers, how they had escalated so much from even last year's visit. The weight had gone up. And I told her, she was like, it would be different if I didn't know you. I know you work out. We've tried metformin. We've done what is on the market for PCOS, but I'm going to try unconventional treatment, which was Mounjaro. Mounjaro is a GLP-1. She said that she was very persistent about me going on this medication because of my family history. And a little backstory on that, family history. My family has a very, very high propensity for diabetes, type 2 diabetes. We have cancer all in our family, and we also have high blood pressure. My goal years ago, even before I started working out with a trainer, when I started working out, it was to combat the effects that we have in our family. I don't want to be 45 like my dad was and have a massive heart attack. So I think of that. So when we were having this come to Jesus conversation and she told me about this medication, I wasn't necessarily excited about doing it. One, I'm scared of needles, but I also didn't want to be that person that people are saying is taking an easy way out to lose weight. Because at this point, it wasn't about weight loss. It was about getting my body under control, because right now my body's fighting me. So that was, I want to say maybe January the 8th, 9th. From that point on, we had to fight with my insurance to get it even approved. It was not approved for the first month, but I said, I'm going to try it because this is what she's put in my head. We tried the medication. I think I paid $545 out of pocket for the very first month. And I said, I'll try it out to see what it does. Within the first month, the way that my body reacted to that medicine let me know that I was doing the right thing. I had become so inflamed that my hands would be puffy, and I'll probably post some pictures here, but in pictures when I go back and look, I had swollen hands just doing nothing. And it wasn't like I was eating a bad diet. I have to reiterate that because people always think that, well, you're just eating the wrong things. I have been working out religiously, I know for, oh my God, probably since 2010 when I decided to do this, and my body wasn't showing that. The results weren't there. So I say all of this to say, trust your gut. If something is wrong, make sure that you advocate for yourself. Nobody's going to advocate for you like you do. If you think something is wrong, find another doctor. I am so grateful to my doctors that I have now, just for seeing that something was wrong and there is a plan. It's been a difficult thing for me to share this story because I've heard the naysayers saying, oh, well, people are just taking this medicine because they're lazy, or people don't want to go to the gym. There are people that are uninformed, I'll use that word, about PCOS and understanding what that does to your body. PCOS will lead to diabetes. Your hormones are unregulated. There was nothing else on the market. If it was the only first line of defense that people were giving was metformin, if you're prescribing metformin to someone, why not give a GLP-1? I have heard snide comments about people saying, oh my God, I just wouldn't take a shot to lose weight. Well, I'm not taking a shot to lose weight. I am taking a shot to get my body under control. I want to be here for longevity. I enjoy living. My quality of life is so much better, and I think that the crazier part is I didn't realize how bad it was until I am back on track. So I put all this in a video to say, and I'll probably break it up, do what's best for you. Don't worry about the naysayers. People are going to talk regardless of, but make sure you are taking care of yourself. If something is going on, let your doctor know. If they don't listen, find another doctor. The importance of having a care team that thinks about you and are worried about your health, it's unmatched. Just do what's best for you. Don't worry about what people say. They are going to talk about you regardless. So wanted to share my journey, how I got here. So the content that you'll see, like I'm an advocate of PCOS. So if there are any questions that anyone has about PCOS, their diagnosis, things that I did, because now I am, in maintenance, but this is a long-term medication for me. This is something, because you just don't stop. When you're diabetic, you don't stop taking the medicine. It has to be controlled. And I understand that, and I'm okay with it. But if anyone has questions about PCOS, about GLP-1s, about workouts, because my workouts have changed too. I want to put that out there, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about that. But I do things a lot differently than what I was doing before. But if anyone has questions, feel free to reach out, follow me, comment, send me a message, and I will share anything that I know. Thanks.